like learning editing and learning to do my avatar and all this other shit versus like wasting my time making 6 to 8 what do you call them, thumbnails for like my videos and stuff for every single day, for every single video series and stuff. Wasted time. I don't see the point. I don't want to add sockets to my arrows. I want to just throw them in the bin. There we go. I might actually have my drink just quickly. Hold on. There's a wag's tail happily seeing a waiver. Yeah. That's how happily smiling lifts paw. There's also something else I forgot to do too. I wonder if I can do it from here. No. Actually, I might still be able to do it. Hold on. Can I... No. Maybe not. Just give me a sec. I'm just fucking around with something in the back in here. I know I've got like a amount of time before the game will crash, but we're already done to thing. There we go. Alright, it worked. Sweet. Alright, don't crash on me. Go down to the abandoned. Leave one of those here. This area is like bitchingly hard, so I do have to be careful. I'll look for a bit. I'm gonna do some stuff at work. Nice. Well, I will be here. The game's gonna crash a few times probably, but hopefully we get through this area kind of unscathed, you know. Yeah, a lot of the things happened. First few months got rejected by quite a few jobs, but studying is getting better. My body is also getting better. Nice. Yeah, I remember you were applying for some jobs, and I know you were... I don't know what I'm in for. Oh, fuck. A lot. Eliza, come back with me. I know you were applying for jobs, and I know that you were studying and stuff, but I didn't know that you were, like, unwell. So that one's news to me. Okay, she can stay over there and... There we go. Okay, they've come to me. So the last 2 times I came through here, it crashed. So I am expecting in here to crash, but my objective is if I can clear it, I don't have to keep coming through here because it will be a self-contained cleared dungeon, right? So, by the way, these guys, like the Hell Witches, don't seem to be too bad. I just don't want to get too close to the edge because I don't know what else is going to be here. I don't know, you and me, mate. I also got to keep Eliza alive, so that's a whole objective in of itself. I don't know how the job rejection grind goes. What's it on that myself? Yeah, unfortunately, I think like the world is just shit for applying for jobs. When I was last applying for jobs, which was like a good few years ago, back before I started streaming and stuff, was like literally a lot of jobs don't actually exist. And there's just a lot of advertisements so that companies can say that there's interest in the job market and stuff, but the jobs don't actually exist, so you tend to be like applying to the void. But it could also be different in different areas and stuff, depending on like, you know, how much of the shit's online and stuff like that. But yeah, I know it's bullshit. That's why I turned to being fucking self-employed. I don't know what's up here, but Hell Temptress doesn't look like a good thing. I bet we back the fuck off and we fight her from back here. I don't mind that she's like just on the corner of the screen. I have many battles of this. Is it? Good look out there. What? Good look out there, Chief. What? Let's give this to everyone. Whack it sharply. No. Yeah, I gotta be careful with this because there is Dire Spell here. There's a Demon Temptress. Hold on, I gotta get Valkyrie back up. There we go. Dire Spell is Demon Extra Strong, Fire Enchanted, Magic Resistant, Immune to Fire, Immune to Cold. Absolutely just ripping through my Valkyrie. But she's almost dead. There we go, she's dead. So now I just gotta get the other one killed. Now, the other thing too is I want to see if we get that glitchy bullshit little area that's above here too. Because there was a little patch of like bullshit land that the enemies could stand on that I couldn't get to last time, and I want to see if it's there this time or not, you know. Sometimes I've got so many things to say, but at the same time I'm saying nothing. But yeah, it's for jobs, it's not main priority, but really do not want to work in like a grocery store, so okay for putting it off for a while. Yeah, no, I get that, but it is kind of like good to kind of keep applying when you don't desperately need it, because then at least you have like it just a constant flow of it. I'll go back because because this area crashes so much, I want to just make sure I'm constantly saving my XP. So we're going to do like the River of Flame shit where I keep coming in. But yeah, no. When you don't need a job is generally the best time to be applying for it, because you can kind of like perfect how to like get your resume and your cover letters and all that business like looking good and stuff. Because even if you do get an interview, it's not detrimental to you needing it. So you can kind of have that extra confidence and indifference of if they're a shit company, you can walk away without needing them kind of thing. Which is good, you know. But when you eventually do need a job and it starts becoming a bit more kind of like a pressing matter and stuff, that's when it's like, it's too late to have waited till then kind of thing. It's just better to have something, generally. But in saying that, each person's situation is different, so not saying that that is the case. In the fire shrine thing. Now, like I said, I've been through here before, so we don't have the bullshit patch up here, but there could be another one over there that I need to check for. Shit game, but it's the only game in town. What? I'm just going to leave that sentence alone. I don't know what I'm into difficulty here, because the last couple times I've been in here, it's been bullshit levels of difficult, and then it crashes. And now, I do think it has a lot to do with the lava flow in the background, because it only seems to do it really badly crashing in areas where this shit is running. And I did half consider changing over to the older graphics for this zone and being like, you know, older graphics used to handle it. My other point of argument with this too, because I did have a few people be like, oh, you know, like there was a discussion about how like I didn't have graphics like this and stuff like that back when I originally played through. No, I did not. However, the purpose of recreating a character in the newer version is that the game itself should fundamentally be able to handle it, because it's the same fucking game. It's just like built upon, right? So there shouldn't be any issues with that. The game should be able to handle what I'm doing. So like the amount of fire and stuff like that I'm casting shouldn't be an issue. The amount of like lava and flowing stuff on the screen shouldn't be an issue, because if the old game can handle it, the new game should be able to handle it. Well, it's not a new game, but the new graphics should be able to handle it and stuff. So if there's an error between that, then Diablo 2 itself, Resurrected, needs to fix that shit. You know, and I'll just play with like whatever's going on. You two are right down there? Phoenix and Azula are both wanting the heater. So, yeah. They're being a bit crabby about it. Neither one wants to move over. Oh. I should make cinnamon rolls. I mean, if you got all the shit to make it and you want to make them, go make them. I haven't like made something like that in ages. Last time I made something like that, it was like pizza rolls. And that was like when I was a child. I do miss that, because like I wish I... Like, it's a pretty simple recipe, but I kind of wish I specifically had the recipe that I had as a kid. Because, like, I liked how that tasted. Mop! The fuck are you doing, Mop? Look for the resub. You wiggling. Ah, you Mop. Oh, shit. Hold on, let me move out of here. I got temperesses. Sorry. I was trying... Fucking hell. I'm trying to cough and I'm trying to say a sentence at the same time, and neither one was winning. How the fuck are you? By the way, I learned a new recipe, Japanese curry, and it's so good. Oh yeah. I remember you learning special fried rice is the last one I heard you learn. So Japanese curry is pretty cool. I like Japanese curry a lot. I like the very hot Japanese curry. But like almost all the temperatures and stuff are really nice. Oh, I do need mana. Some of these are stuck behind there, and that's okay. This is so dramatic in here, I swear. Preparation for moving. I'm trying to use up everything I have in my pantry. Japanese curry is good. Are you using the rocks blocks, or are you making the rocks yourself? That's a good question, actually, because a wafer can really fucking cook. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were making a lot of it from scratch, but if you're making it from the blocks, I still consider that to be just fine, because I'm like, the blocks exist for a reason, you know. And I actually like making my curry really, really thick. I also, because for like the longest time I couldn't eat meat, I used to make mine with tofu, like silken tofu, and with quinoa as well. So yeah, that was some good shit. It was always really hearty. I'd love to have that in winter because it's been so fucking cold lately. But we just don't have it in stock, and that would require us to go for a specific trip to the Asian grocery store, because they sell it kind of in grocery stores, but they sell like the... I just keep saying this as like, my area is extremely Caucasian. So like we have like the mild to medium spice, and I like mine to be the very hot box of spice. So it doesn't kind of do it for me in the sense of like spice of curry. I like it to be warming and also spicy, you know? That's my preference for it. Without potatoes. Yeah, I do mine with potatoes too, but I tend to cut up stuff like that like pretty small. Because I'm not a real big fan of getting like a mouthful of like any kind of food that doesn't have like an adequate coating of seasoning around it. So in the case of like a curry, I like there to be more of a mouthful. Oh, fuck that. I like there to be way more of a mouthful of curry than not. Holy shit, Vile, but don't incite more. Shit. I don't know if you saw Vile burn, but fuck that group. Oh man. So you can make the rocks box yourself. Yeah, you can. In most cases with like any kind of spices, like even garlic butter and stuff like that, you can do that kind of stuff. Like it's literally just sitting there and making up the spices and then like compacting it into like a cube or like a roll or something like that if you want, and then like storing it for later and stuff. It just will normally not be, like sometimes it is cheaper for quantity if you're making a lot of it, but sometimes it's just cheaper to buy the blocks, you know. We got Vileburn, who's undead, extra fast, extra strong, fire enchanted, immune to fire, immune to lightning, and my god, the mana burn on him, strong. Use those blocks, since I thought that was the only way to make curry. So with all kinds of food, there's like the sort of simplified way, and then there's like obviously the traditional way that it all came from and stuff. If you consider that somebody had to first create the recipe to eventually like simplify into the cubes, like you can make it in the more complex kind of way, but it does mean having more of those other ingredients and stuff like that on hand, and it does mean like going through the process of cooking all that stuff up and then, you know, cubing it up and stuff. It's the same kind of process of like, you know how like jam exists and stuff, but like you can buy jam at the store ready made, or you can make it yourself. It's the same kind of logic, you know. One just requires you to put in a bit more effort to put jam on your toast or whatever than the other. That's all I sort of see it as. You know, the funniest thing is I was actually thinking about this the other day. You know how a wave you sometimes like come out of the blue and you're like, I have a question, or oh, by the way, can I ask something and stuff? I was thinking about that the other day and I'm like, man, I've missed like a wave's random questions and stuff. I'm like, I was sitting here, I don't know, during one of my streams, I wasn't verbally saying it, but I was thinking to myself, man, I wonder what a wave would be asking if they were here to just be like, you know, incite random questions and stuff, you know? I was like, obviously like still thinking about you when you weren't here, because like you often have like the best out of the blue questions and stuff. And yeah, obviously I missed that a bit. This is blocked since I thought it was the only way to make curry. I mean, for somebody like me, it would be the only way I would make curry, because I wouldn't risk fucking up my ingredients to potentially like ruin a whole bunch of spices and stuff. You're the special. Okay, Let's move back like a lot. a lot. That's super sweet. No. Yeah, no. I was, like I said, like when I saw your name pop back up, I'm like, oh my god. You know. Because yeah, my thought process was like time flies really fast, generally speaking for me. So I'm not like the most super conscious of time passing. But I do remember us having a conversation back before Christmas and stuff about how you said that you'd be away for a few months and stuff. And you know, most people don't mention that they're just gonna like disappear for a while. And as a streamer, like I do notice when people disappear. And sometimes I sit here and I'm like, you know, did they no longer enjoy the streams? Are they busy? Did they find somebody else that they enjoy listening to? Or yeah, it's all these kind of things. And at least in your case, I was aware that like what was going on and stuff, and you were gonna be busy. You weren't gonna be like around to catch streams and stuff. You, this Gordrill the Sharp, what the fuck have you got on you? I'm trying to catch what it says, but she won't come down near enough to read it. Waiting for her to come back. Where are you? Hold on. What are you? You're demon, fire enchanted, magic resistant, and spectral hit. Okay, well, I'm gonna stand the fuck back. I'm gonna stand down here and I'm gonna aim at my decoy because she gotta be up and around there somewhere. And I gotta help Eliza a bit. Eliza needs some actual health. Hold on. I gotta help Eliza a bit more than that. Hold on. Come to me. I'll fight you. Actually, if I can kill you. Oh no. Actually, that works too. I accidentally summoned Valkyrie over there, but you know what? If it works, it's not stupid. That was. Oh, let me back the fuck off. She'll probably go out with like a hit. Oh, I don't know. They're a lot more expensive than I thought. It can also be depending on where you are and stuff. Because last I knew, I think you were in like the Netherlands, I think. So like it could also just be that it's not super cheap to get where you are, kind of thing. Like here in Australia, it's not too expensive to get the curry bricks and stuff. Like to make up a big batch of curry, like I normally make about 14 to 17 containers worth with rice and stuff. I obviously make my partner's meals a lot bigger than mine. Mine are like half the size of his, but like it makes a lot. So it ends up being sort of cheaper in the long run for us. It's kind of like the equivalent of what pasta is for most people around the world. It's pretty cheap meal for us. Convenience of the blocks is worth a certain amount of money in terms of time and effort. True. Like, if they're cost effective where you are, they're definitely worth it. But if your, like, local area has more of the abundance of the spices and stuff like that, and it's kind of, like, almost easier or more cost effective... Oh, shit. That lag. I thought we were going to go then. Come with me, Eliza. I thought the game was already going to lag out and crash. I'm like... By the way, for anybody that's missed it, this area has been crashing, like, a lot. And I am expecting probably a crash in here. But I'm really, really hoping that it doesn't. Because if it doesn't, then we can clear it out and we can get it off our list of areas to have to do. Because I'm struggling to get the game to run for more than like 2 hours and 40 minutes. By the way, I have also like sent that to Blizzard as like an issue every single time it happens. And with like how long the game runs for and stuff, and all my shit's updated and stuff, but it matters not. I don't need you over here, love. I'm just snuggling both full plushes very tably. No. There is like a special up in here, and I might have already killed her, but I think she's over there because she's got a multiple shot. Whoa, mate. New Valkyrie. New decoy. You guys can play with her. What are you? You are Blight. Heart, the unholy, holy shit, you are hurting me. Undead, multiple shots, teleportation, stone skin, immune to lightning. Holy crap. Ikilon, how are you? I have the bullshit arena section at the moment, so just bear with me, everybody. Because holy shit. My only thing is if I could kill everything and get back out of here, my hand is sweating so profusely. Okay, a lot of the things are dead, but I've still got a few things. There's a multi-shot demon in here. I can see it. I hope I'm seeing Keyline King's Feather. No. Get the Hell Witch dead. There's more up here. I need you to be up and around the corner. Let me grab some of this. The reason why I'm not going to kill all of you, I'm thinking about going back into town, is at least then it locks in a fucking save. Okay, let me get back out of here. I'll come back in and kill him in a second. Is that a chicken nugget dinosaur? Is that a dinosaur nugget? Is that what that emote is? I'm not mad about that. I'm like genuinely impressed. Who the fuck made that? Hold on. Katsuki. Oh, that's cute as shit. I like their other emotes too. Is that where you keep getting the wagging tail from? Yeah, that's really cute. It is. Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
I like that. Sometimes I wish I could afford to like support my fellow streamers and stuff like that and go in and like throw down a sub and stuff just to get some of their emotes. But like, I'm not in that kind of a financial situation, unfortunately. I just appreciate when people like do anything in here, even just lurking and stuff, because like, yeah, one day I'll be the kind of streamer that has like a little bit of spare money and could be like, oh my god, I'm just going to, for the fucking shits and giggles of it. You know, one day. We'll get there eventually, people. For now, I'm mostly just like upset that I don't have enough money to buy more warm clothing. That's my biggest gripe at the moment. This isn't where the portal I want to put is. This will do fine. Let's see. Dutchman would have spices on the cheap. Wasn't most of the recent history in the Netherlands about spice collection? Should be. Should be out that way. I mean, normal spices like pepper and something are usually around like €1, but other things like agar are like €7. See, I don't have like a good reference for like the value of spices and stuff, because like if I buy like a jar of something, it's anywhere between like, if you're getting it on like a home brand version, it's about $2 for like a little tiny jar of like, I think it's like 80 grams, I think. And if you, depending on the brand, it can go up to like several dollars for the same product. But then if you go to like a proper place that sells these things, it's not as bad. Now, I do want to like dip down around the corner, but here we are, Gore. Let me stay the fuck back away from you, because this is where we got the crash. This is where we keep getting the crash. Gore isn't here. There we go. Gore break the axe, demon, or enchanted magic resistant fire enchanted. There we go. War Thunder reference. Having mental breakdown from playing terrible vehicles in War Thunder. Yeah. No, we don't go too deep into like War Thunder references and stuff here. Generally speaking, like Keelan knows anyway, because Keelan plays the shit out of War Thunder, and like I fucking respect that and shit. But yeah, because War Thunder has more of the specific wartimey sort of games that gets into deeper conversations about equipment and vehicles from war eras, and then war type topics and stuff like that. We just don't go there. That's why it's like a general no-no here. Mostly because for some reason people just can't not bring up some kind of a fucking era of genocide of something, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking discuss that. You know, I'm out here killing demons and like dealing with game crashes and stuff. I don't want to be dealing with fucking war topics. That's just not what I'm interested in. Alright, let's get back and save this again. I'm gonna have to keep coming in and talking to a trader and get it to save it, because this is how you kind of get Diablo to save. Oh, man. This has got my neck like all twisted up and sore. You can barely find any stores too. What to get certain spices and stuff. It's kind of like that here too. We just don't have like an abundance of where you can just go and get spices. Like, I've seen them around the world, movies, shows, like YouTubers, stuff like that. Like the kind of like places that stock all kinds of different spice and stuff. But we don't have stuff like that here. Or if we do, it's definitely not in like my local vicinity kind of thing, because like I keep joking about this, but it is kind of true that like the area that I'm in is like extremely white. So like the spiciest thing most people have to deal with here is pepper. And like, I'm not even joking. Like, I think fucking carbonara has pepper in it, right? I am not 100% sure because I don't really eat carbonara. Because it's normally had bacon in it, which by the way, at Waver, I'm able to eat some meats and stuff again. My health has gotten better in like the months that you've been gone and stuff, so I've been able to eat some meats and shit again. But yeah, because of like my lack of like paying attention to what else is in there, I'm pretty sure there's pepper. And most people in my area will be like, oh man, this is so spicy. And it's like, it's just black pepper. I remember putting white pepper in one of my dishes once, and somebody was like, oh, that's too spicy. What did you do to this? And I'm like, it's literally just pepper. It's like a little sad. So I live near large tech companies, so there's large Indian presence. You get large quantities of spices cheap, half a kilogram bags, affordable prices, cheap unit. Oh my god. That would just be like the best luxury, honestly, is actually being able to have all kinds of spice in like a value for fucking quantity, you know, so then you can actually be really, really liberal with like how you spice your food. That would be just amazing. Like, oh shit, hold on. New Valkyrie, back the fuck off. There we go. We're safe again. Like, yeah, no, if we get spices and stuff like that, unless we're cooking a specific dish, like, we try not to use up too much because we don't want to have to buy it again soon. Because, like I said, we're talking about, like, up to, well, an average of about $3 per 80 grams of, like, any kind of spice. So, I consider that to be kind of pricey for some stuff. Other stuff, obviously, if it's harder to get, makes sense. I don't care. But yeah, it doesn't allow you to like use a lot of it. It's like when I make the Hungarian goulash, like Shadows. Oh, this area does have the glitchy spot. When I make Shadows Hungarian goulash, I use like basically most of a full vial of hot cayenne pepper, in amongst other ingredients. But I do that, and I do the same thing with paprika. And yeah. That's just not cheap. I only have to buy like a vial to make the recipe, so that's adding up like a few bucks here, a few bucks there, and then before I know it, it's like all very expensive. There's one like right behind this wall, and I don't think I can kind of get them. They will come around because like they're flying types and stuff, right? So they'll be right. Hey, look, no worries, kill them. Can't afford subs either, but some awesome people keep gifting me subs occasionally. Oh mate, fuck off, love. Jesus, I almost died from that. Yeah, I get that too occasionally. Sometimes I'll just like come online and I'll have like a random sub and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's really nice. Because like then especially like if it's a streamer I love their emotes of, like I get to hurt their emotes. Like at the moment I've got Sephora's back again. She just did like some kind of a big event. I think it was one of her partner anniversaries, I think. But it gave me this emote back. Where is it? This one. And that. Give me this back so I can do that to people again. I love doing that because I think it's cute as shit. So yeah, I went through so much health there. Oh man, this house is swaggy. Falls asleep snoring both full flushes. Oh, you get your rest, Viking. Understand. Alright. I love how she sometimes runs like a little bit strange. I also bought too many of this. I don't really want it, but that's fine. Okay. So I think I went down and I cleared this area. That doubled us back. That got the one that came out of the blue. There's that little patch that should not exist. This corner doesn't have anybody back behind there. Okay, we are walking into uncharted territory, finally. Holy sweet Jesus. We finally got like a tiny bit of extra map. I don't know, back off. I'm actually kind of excited about this. Not for like the, you know, oh, we've got like a tiny bit of extra map, but just to make sure that like it can go past that. I do also think it could be a time-related thing, but as we proved with the River of Flame, that may not necessarily be the case. because we had like 5-minute crashes on that too. I don't want you guys attacking her like that, but my Valkyrie's not holding her own on that corner either. I need Eliza to move back. Yeah, you guys come over here. I'll put a new decoy over there. They'll keep that group. Valkyrie will heal herself. Eliza isn't healing, I noticed. Mind you, I also am not healing myself, apparently. I need to remember to heal myself. Oh no, there she goes. She's healing. These guys are like screwing over my mana. Something terrible. And I'm back in the category of like extremely sweaty hand with this. Diablo and PUBG are the two games that's going to get me a sweaty palm. It's only the mouse hand, by the way. I really think it's got a lot to do with the way that my hand is sitting. Oh, I saw a gold in one of these. Gold is probably some kind of bullshit. So basically, like when you get your different colors in like your enemies and stuff like that, that can sometimes mean like somebody's got a special thing about them. This lady is gold as fuck, and I don't want to go that close to the side edge. You know why I don't want to go to the side edge? It's because there's probably another kind of enemy over there. What are you? Demon lightning, enchanted magic, resistant teleportation, death, mold the dark, immune to lightning, immune to cold. I don't know where she went. Something is hitting her over the way. I don't know what was hitting you. Okay, the lightning's not hitting me, and it's not hitting Eliza. She's back over here somewhere. I don't really mind where she is. I think she's over there. She is. Okay, please don't do a death radius thing. She keeps moving. There she is. She's over here. Let me put that in front of me. Holy sweet Jesus. Okay, she's dead. Holy crap. She didn't even like fucking drop anything. I don't really want to come back in next to the Hell Witch. We should be okay next to her. Jesus. I was kind of hoping that she was going to drop something, but I'm just kind of glad that I skittled away from her attack. The other thing too is me coming back into town and locking in the XP is also kind of helping. I kind of hate that I have to sort of play a bit tactical like this, because like the OCD nostalgia playthrough is supposed to just be more relaxed, laid back and casual kind of thing. But like, I can't keep like losing whole bars of XP because the game keeps crashing, and like I can't keep like not being able to. I'll see if I can get her to come over here actually. And come with me, you two. She might come over to the decoy. If she does, I'll clock her one with the axe. No, she died over there. That's fine. She didn't drop anything though. Oh, fuck. Green one. Oh, shit. The warp skank, the sharp, demon extra fast, curse, magic resistant. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay back about as far as where I am. Hey, Johnny. Welcome in. Hey, you can follow. Yeah, typically this is a little bit more kind of like relaxed and stuff. Mind you, hell has not been like that relaxed. It's been casual for sure, but it's been like, it's been more of like having to go against like the time crunch of like how shorter streams I've had, especially since like I had like the time off and stuff. Let me put the decoy up a little bit further and you can play with her over there. I think Eliza's still back on like the previous like tab, so it would be good. Diablo II Resurrected stream. Easy follow. Yeah, no, I'm playing this every Thursday, so